is Jennifer and welcome back to my channel. I know this is quite different content than I normally create and post about, but I would say I am pretty passionate about this. This is not sponsored. I have bought all the cases with my own money. Today I want to compare the Loopy case against the Walli case for you and my personal opinion on like which one is better or which one you might want for yourself. I am a content creator. I'm always bringing my phone everywhere. Like everything on Instagram nowadays is like shot from my phone. And I drop my phone a lot, and I have stopped dropping my phone since I switched to like one of these two cases. I am also the dumbass that lays in bed and drops a phone on my face, and that also has stopped happening. Anyway, without further ado, let's get into it. So here I have two phones. I have my old XS in a Loopy case and my new 14 Pro in a Walli case. Before I get into these and showing you like the physical, I'm going to pop here some screenshots of the Walli and Loopy websites, and they both have pretty good styles that you can pick from. I think there's really something for everybody. I will say the XS that I have, they used to have two options for Loopy, like a Loopy Max where it was rated for 8-foot drop versus the regular Loopy Original, which was rated for a 6-foot drop. I do have the Max on my phone, and I don't know if they discontinued the Max maybe. Loopy, as far as I know, you have to buy directly from their website. Walli, I think you have the option of buying from their website or from their Etsy shop. That might be where they started. They do feel like a newer company than the Loopy. So anyway, getting into the nitty gritty, let me start with the Loopy first because that's what I started with. I have had this case for a long time. I have had to purchase, I think 2 or 3 additional of these Loopies because they did rip. So this is a pretty hefty case. What I like about it is that the lip around the phone is like raised pretty significantly and noticeably, where like if you're putting your phone down on a table upside down, there is no question that like if the table is flat, your screen is not touching the table because the lip is pretty protruded. It's also protecting your camera. And the loop itself is adjustable, so you can like take the case off and pull the loop a little bit tighter or looser, and the loop is made out of rubber. So there is like a high friction on here where like, you know, it's not gonna go anywhere. It does kind of like grip onto your finger. My biggest complaint about the Loopy is, I'm sure like everybody else that has a Loopy, that it does not lay flat. Like literally, it does not lay flat on a table, so I find that I am almost always laying my phone down like this. That is less of a problem than like my main issue with it is that I like to put my phone in my back pocket, and when you put your phone in your back pocket, you like have to squish the Loopy up, and it creates like this weird bulge. You know, you can see it. It's weird. It doesn't fit all that well, especially if the pockets are small. Like sometimes it doesn't even fit. That is my biggest gripe from the Loopy. Otherwise, I have dropped this thing so many times and my phone has been fine. I do feel like it does a fantastic job of protecting my phone, and overall, like I said, it is very functional. I feel like it does a really good job of, you can use 2 fingers, you can use 1 finger depending on your loop, and I just never drop it. I'm always like swinging it around like this, no problem. Because of the friction of the rubber, it just like stays on my finger, and so you can just like grab whatever else you need, coffee cup, whatever, in your hands, and I'm always wearing this kind of like a ring. The Walli case, on the other hand, is this like vegan leather instead of like this plasticky hard plastic material, and the actual loop part is, I hope you can see this, but this right here, the black, is an elastic band, and then this is like a little leather loop. The point of the leather loop is you're supposed to be able to like put them in these slots that are in the phone so that you could like prop this up on a table like this. I actually find that this doesn't actually work all that well as they've advertised, because this leather loop doesn't want to stay in the slots that they've created for that function. Like if I really stick it in there, it does, versus like the Loopy, because it's very stationary, I really had no problem kind of laying it on a table and kind of propping it up, but it does kind of, you know, go flat. Anyway, so that's kind of how it's structured, the Walli case, and because this is elastic, your fingers fit in here, and it does over time loosen up, but for the first about week I had it, it was pretty tight on my fingers, and if I was like holding my phone for long periods of time, it would kind of hurt my fingers a little bit. But now that it's been, I believe, 2.5 weeks since I got this case, it's a little bit looser, so it's no problem. It doesn't hurt. I can also rotate my phone and carry it like this, like I used to for my Loopy. It just, you know, it's not as smooth of a motion. Because the elastic is pretty smooth and slippery, I do feel like I have to like curl my finger more in order to keep it on my finger, versus this Loopy, like my fingers could be straight and it is not coming off, versus here it's a little more slippery just because the elastic is smoother. But the fact that it has loosened up kind of this much over 2.5 weeks does make me a little bit nervous as to like the longevity. I don't know at what point the elastic is going to get too loose where I'm gonna want to get a new phone because it's not like really holding my fingers in place. Also, about the Walli, I really like the aesthetics. I really like the vegan leather. The lip around the camera is pretty aggressive. Like, it's definitely protecting your camera, and it has a little wallet slot in here. For me, I've only been able to put one card in here, like my license or one credit card. It's just really tight, and it's really not made to replace like your entire wallet. The case itself is also a bit thinner with lower profile. The lip doesn't protrude out from the screen quite as much, so I have already broken a screen protector because like my phone dropped and like my screen did crack. So I don't feel like this protects my phone better than the Loopy. I feel like from a protection standpoint for drops and stuff, the Loopy definitely wins, but aesthetically, I kind of like the Walli better. And the best part is that it fits in my back pocket like perfectly flat because it's just like an elastic band, and that has been so amazing. Like, no more awkward like bulges in my back pocket or anything like that. Also lays flat on a table, so that has been amazing as well. Although I want to protect my cameras more than I want to protect my screen, so I do still put my phone face down a lot. But yeah, I have, like I said, used the Walli case for at least 2.5 weeks now since I've gotten the 14 Pro, and I had used my Loopy for at least a year when I had the XS before I upgraded. And I would say for now, I am definitely going to permanently switch to the Walli just because it does lay flat on a table and it does lay flat in my pocket. I do miss the robustness of the Loopy case, but like I said, this one was the max. I don't know if they have the max anymore, so I actually don't know how the Loopy original compares to the Walli. But overall, from a material standpoint, the Loopy material just feels more rigid, just feels more protecting. So I feel like even the original Loopy would be a little more protective than the Walli. But for me, definitely worth like it laying flat on a table and it fitting in my back pocket a lot better. Anyway, I feel like I have rambled on and on about these two phone cases, but I hope this actually helps you decide on which one to get. Definitely pros and cons with each. I understand people picking one or the other. So for me personally, like I said, I'm a Walli convert for now, but the Loopy is not a bad choice. I feel like they both work so well for you not dropping your phone. I definitely recommend a case like this. I do want to say though, with both of these cases, you cannot use like the wireless charging, the MagSafe charging. So if you absolutely need to have that, I would actually recommend the Snap case. One of my friends has it and she absolutely loves it, and it does work with the MagSafe. So yeah, check that out if you are interested in that. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you on one of my other videos. Bye!